Hey guys, it's me Olusiano XI, and in this video I'll be talking about the world of Fatal Blow. I'll be sharing where the story is taking place along with the history so that you know. For those who don't know who I am, I'm the creator and artist of the series, and I've been working on this project for quite some time now, and I'm finally able to share it with you all. If you don't know what the series is about, I've made a video that explains exactly that. I highly recommend you check it out. And to keep things visually pleasing, I'm drawing Kaya Hosanagi, one of the main characters of the series, and Arrival. There are other anime out there that have fantasy worlds, like if we take some anime for example, Fairy Tail is one of them, where characters live in Ishgard in Magnolia. Just by that you can tell that it's been well thought of. Or some with some real places that actually exist that happens either in the modern times or in the old ages. In my series, the story takes place in Tokyo, Japan at the Shibuya district where our characters are currently are and where is Keikai High, and there are other 5 schools out there that rival Keikai High in other districts. Plus, the schools have a common goal to create warriors similar to MHA, where they train students to become pro heroes. The schools also do the same thing. I'm not gonna say much here, so I just wanna let the chapters do much more of the explaining, or if I get the books, maybe the books, I'll let the books do the explaining, but for now, I'm gonna let the chapters do more of the explaining. Plus, the story happens in the modern times where there are phones, internet, and other types of technology, like cars, trains, buses, planes, all the types of transportation. Everything is there. The story also happens currently in the 21st century. I think in the year, I don't know, the reason I'm saying I think it's because me and my writer haven't confirmed it, but the story does happen in modern times, which in the current time, yes. If in my understanding, or in my saying, I'd say it happens in 2024, 5, between the two. Before moving on to the history of Fatal Blow, I want to tell you guys where the other schools are located. They are located in Koto, Chofu, Setagaya, and Minato districts. Yes, this guy. And these schools every year hold a tournament to see either which one is the best school or to represent the country. As you can tell, I am brainstorming this as I go along. I'm also gonna steal some ideas from one of these videos to put on in the manga, so the story goes on forward. Later on in the series, we'll eventually reach the tournament arc where all these schools get together and they start the games and the fighting happens, all that good stuff. So I encourage you guys to not miss the series. I'll tell you guys when the series is actually published. And as for the history of Fatal Blow, long ago there was a warrior born with infinitely huge amount of power that he couldn't even control himself. As soon as the people knew about it, some wanted that power for their own reasons, so that maybe they don't run out of power, something like that. Thus leading to the endless wars of who will get the power first and something like that. Soon after, he alone managed to stop the war with ease. Ever since then, he was seen as a god that possessed infinite power. Ever since then, he did not want any more destruction but peace all around the world. Many agreed with him and some didn't. Years passed and people learned to use Reiki, which is the power source of the series. I'll get to that when I made another video. It's gonna be a part 2 of this one. And performed every type of art there is. Attack arts, defense, healing, and more were discovered and used to help others, but some had other plans. Jealous of his power, people stopped at nothing to gain his power, thus leading to a second war. With him possessing too much power, it came with a toll that broke him down, and people thought it might be some sort of illness, and they discovered that treatment wouldn't help. He figured on his own that his own Ikiyoi, the source of power, is this one thing that is destroying him. He thought of a way to help himself, thus made a plan. He created 6 deities with different animal attributes, thus making them mythical beings. These deities had abilities to change form at will and possess different types of Reiki. Their afterlife forms weren't stable, so the warrior created orbs that acted as their life force that kept him from dying, like their hearts. The reason for creating these orbs was to sustain their life so that they don't die out that easily, then locked in one of the secret parts of the temple. Later, since nobody knew his plan, they thought that he still possessed that power, so they got to him and they eventually killed him. He had no choice but to fight and ended up dying in the process. So like I said, he ended up dying. And after years of carefully studying these orbs, the same person who discovered them ended up becoming the Mahokami. After he found out these orbs held power that is, in other words, highly dangerous, and they should be kept from anyone who tried to use them for evil. Person, aka the first Mahokami, died due to old age, and the orbs were passed on to the second Mahokami that figured he couldn't do it alone, so he came up with a plan to give each orb to each specific clan, to each trusted clan, thus making it hard for those with evil intentions to get them in one place. These clans weren't just given the orbs just for the sake of protecting them, they were given the orbs that resemble what the powers that they had, like the type of Ikkyoi attributes they had. Like, let's say, if you're using fire, your main attribute is fire, this clan is given the fire orb. I'm not gonna spoil too much here because I feel like I'm already spoiling. But you are smart, you'll eventually figure it out. The orbs went to the third Mahokami after, then the fourth, and now the world has no Mahokami. To find out why the world doesn't have the Mahokami anymore, you're gonna have to read the series when it's published. This is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications for when I upload absolutely anything. Also follow me on the other socials, links are down below in the description. And again, this is Olusiano XI, and I'm out.